Ayo, oh, washquacken
What's cracking?
movies, washquacken movies. Welcome back, or welcome for the first time to us, or What's Cracking Movies, with your hosts Saul, me, and Ali.
Hi.
She's feeling not so good today. She's feeling
I'm
sick.
under the weather, but rain or shine, I am down to discuss movies any day.
Rain or shine, where we're inside, we'll still do
We'll
this.
still do the same thing. You're just
Don't.
gonna have to hear me sounding ridiculous, but that's okay because we have a new movie that we just saw today and we can't wait to discuss it with you.
Yeah, first reactions of the drama. We're gonna try not to spoil it right off the bat, but spoiler warnings because we have to, because we didn't know what this was about,
We
and
totally went in blind on this.
if you haven't seen this movie, just pause this and then go watch it, and then come back. Or if you don't give a shit about fuck, then let's continue on because this shit's pretty fun, dude. Even if you just hear about it, it's a good topic. It's a good talker of a movie.
I know we had to really like their types because me and Saul are very big. Like we talk a lot about movies and stuff, and now since we've been podcasting, we really have to be like, hey, we gotta see. I can't talk about it right now.
Yeah, because this movie, I haven't heard anything about it. I just saw interviews with Robert Pattinson and on Jimmy Kimmel, for example, and he was like, people have asked me like, "Oh, what's this movie about?" And he was like, "Oh, well, I can't really say because it kind of drives the whole plot. Um, it's weird. There was no trailers for this really. The first advertisement, a photo of Zendaya and Robert Pattinson was released, and it looked like a home picture, like they were just like chilling, like together, like a couple.
Yeah,
And there was like, what the hell? Oh my God, Tom Holland's gonna be pissed, or what is going on? Did he break up? And then later on, it was revealed that was just the poster for the movie.
yeah.
So it was like, what the fuck is this shit?
Everyone's freaking out over nothing.
Yeah, especially Tom Holly, dude. Poor little Tommy.
Oh, jeez.
Oh no, what the? Why is Batman having my girlfriend, Mr. Stark? Mr. Stark, why is Batman there? But anyway, yeah, this is the drama starring Robert Pattinson, Batman himself, and
Edward Cullen.
Zendaya. Edward Cullen, Mr. Twilight himself. Yeah, this
And
movie,
Zendaya, everyone knows her from Euphoria.
Euphoria,
Spider-Man.
which we're watching. We still got to get back on that and finish that.
Yeah, season 3 is coming up.
But yeah, before we, who's in this? But even though we just told you,
Well, other than like the two main actors, Robert Pattinson and Zendaya, a lot of the other actors and actresses I'm not very familiar with. There's Alana Haim, and she was actually in the One Battle After Another movie that just had released. And I think she wasn't like a super main character, but she was in that.
she was in Licorice Pizza, I believe.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And then it was their Zendaya's friend Rachel. She had a husband, and his name was Mike. And I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing this, but Mamoudou.
Oh, Mahmoud,
He's in other movies. Like the whole time when we were watching, I was like, I've seen him in something. What is he in?
been in a bunch.
Yeah, he's in Underwater. He's a voice actor for one of the characters in the movie Elemental, which is one of my favorite movies. I love that movie. By Design. So he's in other.
Oh, he's in Kinds of Kindness, which I saw that. That's a pretty good one.
Jurassic World Dominion.
Archive 81. Started watching some of that. Oh, back in the day. Yeah,
Oh, we
he's
just
good.
did something on Ghibli movies today, and he's in The Boy and the Heron.
Oh, so is Robert Pattinson.
Yeah, so he's a pretty famous actor. A lot of the other ones I wasn't very familiar with. I'd say he was the only other one that kind of stood out. So.
Oh yeah, and there's a young actor who plays young Zoe Zendaya.
Oh yeah.
And she's pretty good. Her name is Jordine Curdy. She was good in it.
Yeah, yeah, she was very good.
Yeah, she was awesome in it. It was interesting to see um, when I saw Robert Pattinson on an interview. They were asking him like, "Oh, you're working with Zendaya," but it's like, "Wait, you guys are going to be starring in two other movies, which The Odyssey by Christopher Nolan and Dune Part 3. Robert Pattinson is the villain in Dune." And I get
Oh,
yeah, so I guess when they were on the set of the drama, they were they weren't allowed to say that what movies they were working on. So at the same time, Zendaya didn't know that Robert Pattinson was going to be in Dune, and he wasn't allowed to say, and they weren't allowed to talk about the Odyssey either. So they were like, "Oh, are you working on something right now?" And he's like, "Yeah, but I'm not allowed to say." So it's like, I don't know. They're under contract, so
yeah.
they're not supposed to say. I don't know how that shit works. It's like they were both working on the same movie, but maybe they didn't have like started shooting together or whatever. That was kind of cool.
The
But
spice.
the spice,
The
the
spice.
spice. I mean, yeah,
So giving you the
the
spice.
spice. Yeah, Robert P's gonna be the bad guy, and that he looks fine. Dude, Robert Pattinson's a good fucking actor, dude. This movie in the drama, he's using his real accent, which makes him sound like
Oh yeah.
yeah, because he always does.
He's Australian, right? Is he Australian or is he British?
I
Or
think
what's
he's from London or uh, I think he's British. Maybe he's
Oh, English actor, yeah.
English. Yeah,
Sometimes in his accent, I feel like I hear a little bit of like I thought it was Australian, but no, yeah, you're
yeah.
right. It's
He
English actor.
he does a lot of good uh, voices.
Oh yeah.
Boy and the Heron,
Uh-huh.
uh, and then Mickey 17.
Oh yeah, we need to
He's
I
like a
need to finish that.
big weenie nerd. Hey guys, so, uh, yeah. So this movie
Oh, real
has
quick,
a
you know
pretty
what
good
movie
score.
he's in, Robert Pattinson, which is another one I really want to see with you, is that movie with Jennifer Lawrence. Remember?
Oh yeah,
Yes, the
it's a
Die My
similar.
Love. Like, I want to see that shit so bad.
This yeah. It looks like a similar
Similar vibes,
style
but Die My
vibe.
Love
Yeah.
seems way more like toxic, like way worse than
Oh
this.
yeah, like a little bit more intense. It seems
Yeah,
like.
this was like good actors. I mean, I had a lot of emotions in this. I was some characters I loved, some characters we hated.
It
So
this got a pretty good rating on Rotten Tomatoes. Critics review 77 and audience review 82. But yeah, we all around together. We didn't know what we were going into.
yeah, I completely like you were the one that was like told me about it. I was like, oh, okay,
I just heard. I knew like one thing about it,
yeah,
but that's what made it cool because it's like there's no uh there's more surprises, and um it starts off with Robert Pattinson in a coffee shop,
yeah,
right? And
yeah,
he's just like a big nerd, and he's
yeah. His character in the movie is named Charlie, and
yeah
he's kind of a weird, awkward. Kind of starts off an awkward guy. He's in a coffee shop. He's got his glasses on, messy hair. He's got a windbreaker on.
yeah, and he notices Zendaya's character, and she's just reading a book, mind her own business, and he's just like checking her out, and he's nervous looking over at her, and he wants to go talk to her, but he doesn't know how, and you kind of see him. He's like, it's being a weirdo. She walks away, and then he
She
goes
goes to get
over,
her coffee. She goes to pick up her coffee from the counter. And then when
yeah,
she walks away,
and he sneaks over at what she's reading, and he takes a picture of it. Goes back and sits down and looks
I
it
like
up.
how it was like a busy coffee shop and no one said shit. Like if I saw some dude do that, I would have been like, "What the fuck are you doing?" I'd be like, "Man, this dude, like yeah."
Yeah, but a lot of the time, do you ever go when we walk into Starbucks? I always notice I look around at everyone, and everyone's down on their phone or on their
But
laptop
you're
or
looking.
reading.
Someone's always looking.
Yeah, but me, that's rare. Like I always look around because I try not to be on my phone all the time. I'm not saying I'm better than everyone. I'm
I
just saying I like to see what people
know what you're
do.
thinking.
Yeah, yeah. So he does that. He looks up, tries to make
Gets a quick,
an excuse to
yeah,
go over and talk to her. And it starts out as like, oh, this is like a little rom com.
yeah.
And he goes over and he starts saying, talking just all
I just
nervously.
finished that book.
I just finished that book, and it's interesting, and blah 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 blah. And he's looking at her, and she doesn't say anything. She's not wearing any headphones, at least in her ride here. And he's like, "Fuck!" He looks around, and everyone's like, he thinks everyone's staring at him, and he gets nervous. He sits back down, and he's like, "Fuck! Oh shit!" And he goes over again, and he's like, "Hey, I'm sorry." And you can see her.
I
She's
wasn't hitting on you.
yeah.
He's like, I wasn't hitting on you.
She's holding an AirPod in her left ear, and she's like, "Oh, what? Like, what? I didn't hear you." And she's like, "Oh, I'm deaf in this ear." So he was like, "Oh, shit." I was just saying, and it's all awkward and silent. And then she's like, "You want to start over?" So that's like their little intro, and they flash this forward, and they're fucking, they're dating and they're moving in and
Yeah,
having the
they're kind of going back
sex,
and
the
forth.
spice.
They're going back and forth, like it's flashing back and forth to Zendaya, who her character's Emma. So Emma is out to, like, I guess a girls' dinner brunch thing with her girlfriends, and then you have Charlie Robert Pattinson. He's hanging out with his friend
With his boy.
Rachel's husband, who is Mike. They're hanging out together, and they're going back and forth, and Charlie's talking to his buddies like about like a speech. Like you could tell he's getting ready to do a speech, and then it goes back to Emma, and she's talking to her girlfriends about like, oh, I wanted to talk about like how we met, and they're kind of bouncing ideas off of some speech, and this is their wedding vows, and
Yeah.
you kind of and they're it shows like backstory, like oh this one time, and they're trying to think of funny, clever moments to like talk about.
I thought he was writing a book at first.
Yeah, I
Uh,
did too. He's kind of got that look, like that
yeah, like
author
a
look.
fucking nerd. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's too
So it's
handsome to
going,
be a nerd.
yeah, and they're going back and forth to that, and then fast forward, they're at the rehearsal and they're doing the little dance, and
Yeah. And this movie has funny stuff all throughout it. So it's like, oh, and yeah, and that says an A24 too, which I didn't know it was an A24 movie. So it's like, oh, they got their weird, scary, creepy movies or indie, but not indie anymore. So it's
yeah,
like, okay, so it's going to be something weird. Uh, yeah, they're doing their dance and their Zendaya seems more like a street kid,
yeah.
and Robert Pease that wants to be like he's a
He works for like a museum of I forgot what museum. He works for a famous museum. I forgot what museum, but yeah, he's got a good job. He's
he's more of like a straight edge kind of rich, you know,
yeah,
tucked in, uh, shirt tucked in his pants type of guy.
pants tucked into his shirt.
Pants tucked into his shirt.
Ooh,
That's what I do all the time.
it's so weird.
My pants are always tucked into my shirt. Always. Anyway, yeah, so they're getting ready for a wedding, They're doing the fucking vows thing. They're doing the photo shoots. They're doing all this crazy shit that I didn't even know you had to do for weddings. And oh, they're trying
They're
out their food.
Yeah, they're at like a dinner, and it's with Zendaya, her friend Rachel, who's played by Alana Haim, and Robert Pattinson, Charlie, and then Rachel's husband Mike. So it's like a double date, and they're all like drinking wine and they're tasting food, and
It's like, is this the food you want to be served at your wedding?
because we
And
need a decision today, and it makes it seem like they've been probably going back and forth a lot. And
just
then I like
getting
how they
drunk
kind
for
of make
free.
that little joke. He's like, "I will try another glass of wine. I wasn't too sure."
Oh, yeah, me too, me too.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
I'll do it too. I
And it
want some
shows
too.
the waitress going back
Like all fucking
in the
frustrated.
kitchen with like bottles of wine. She's like, "God, we're not a bar."
Yeah. And this is the scene where the full-on spoiler is gonna be at. So again,
Yeah, because this, even for Saul, when I'm watching it, it came out of nowhere. Like this movie, just like the where it starts going south, it comes out of nowhere. You just
Yeah.
don't see it coming. And I thought that was really interesting. I remember like sitting there like thinking like, damn, that just came out of nowhere.
Yeah, because you don't know what this movie is
Because it's
about.
cute. The whole thing is just like, oh, this is cute, and you're just thinking it's gonna be a rom com, and like
Yeah.
something
They
not that serious shows up, but
yeah, so they start going like they're drinking, right? They're all pretty wind up. And the girl says, or the guy, they're like, "Oh, what's the worst thing you've ever done? What's one of the worst things you've ever done?" Uh, the friend goes first, and
Mike.
Mike goes first, and he's like, "Oh, I don't want to tell you the worst thing I've ever done." He's like, "All right, fine." Or he's like, "Don't tell him, don't tell." Well, no, you have to. It's like, "All right,
Or I'll say it.
I'll only say it if you guys go after. Tell me the worst shit you've ever done." And he brings, he was like, "Tell him about the dog thing." No, I don't want to tell him about the dog thing. He's like, no, God, no, I don't want to tell him about the dog thing. And it's just like Robert Pattinson is like, what? Did you like? Did you like fuck a dog? He's like,
No, I
no,
didn't fuck a
no, I
dog.
didn't fuck a dog. It's like that's what your mind goes because that's what I
Yeah,
thought.
because like they made it seem like it was horrible, like oh my
Yeah,
god, and so I was like, oh damn.
and then I thought I was like, oh, okay, maybe a dog is gonna lick his nuts or something while
Yeah,
during sex or something like that. And it just turns out like with his ex girlfriend, he builds it up to be something fucking bad until he's like, "Oh yeah, we were walking and this big dog started barking at my girl, and then started attacking her, and I get grab my girlfriend and hide behind her, use her as a shield." And everyone's like, "Oh, what the fuck? That's fucked up. You're fucked up." And then the girlfriend, his wife goes next,
Rachel.
Rachel, and I already don't like this chick.
Yeah,
This girl,
yeah.
sorry.
Her character is very like a Karen. Like her name shouldn't be
Super
Rachel. It should be a
Karen.
Karen. She's a fucking
Total
Karen.
Karen.
Yeah.
And you want to tell her tell them what she
Yeah,
did?
so she says that she grew up in this like neighborhood and she grew up with this like there was like a neighbor boy in her area and she refers to him as being kind of mentally like slow. And so I guess they decided to wander off into like the forest one day and there was like this abandoned RV
Yeah.
and so they go in. She's like, "Oh, the thing was just disgusting. There was like beer bottles. There was like it smelled like piss. Blah blah blah." And there was like an empty closet. And so she's like, "I told the kid. I said, go in the closet." And so she says that she locked the closet door, and he immediately started like she meant to do it as like a ha ha thing, but he ends up like screaming like really loud, and I guess it spooked her. So she just left
Runs away
with him still locked in, and she's like, I just left his ass there. And then she's like, oh, the next day, yeah, it was like the people were on a search party and they were looking for him. She's like, I know what you're thinking though. He didn't die.
Yeah, there's that. Oh, the dad came over and asked if I'd seen him, and I said no, but he had been missing for a long, long time in the search party, and then like they found him eventually, and they were like, "Damn, dude, that's fucked up."
Well, if they didn't find him, would you have said something? She's like, well, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
eventually,
I was
yeah.
just freaked out.
Yeah, and so now it's Robert Pattinson's Batman himself, dude. He's next. He's gonna say his worst thing, and of course, it's like the most fucking vanilla shit ever. Well, maybe not, dude. That cyberbullying is serious,
Yeah.
but he was like, I think I was cyberbullying someone over
But he said
online
he
or
did
something.
say that he was so bad it caused somebody to move, but he's like, I don't know, maybe it was just a coincidence, but
Oh yeah, yeah.
whoever he was cyberbullying apparently moved. So
Yeah, well, apparently the friends think it's not a big deal. They're like, man, it doesn't even count. You go.
Yeah.
Now it's Zendaya's turn. And this is where
Emma, yeah.
everything, the plot, this drives the plot. And fucking, I'm thinking, like, damn, dude, what she's going to say something fucked up. And she,
It is
how
fucked
it
up,
is
but
fucked up, but
it's the way they blow it out of proportion.
it's just
Because she's
crazy.
referring to something that happened when she was 15.
15 years old.
Mind you, they're like old. They're like adults in this.
30s. They're in their
Yeah.
30s. And, yeah, so she says, "Oh, you know, I was like, I wanted to, I didn't like people at my school, and I kind of planned a mass shooting. I wanted, you know, I was planning it. I was thinking
Yeah.
about doing a mass shooting, and they're like laughing, like, what the fuck? Like, oh, are you for
Yeah.
real? You're like, yeah, I was just, you know, I just didn't like being a kid, and kids were mean. I didn't like them, and I had a gun. My dad had a rifle. I was gonna, take it to school, and just I was planning it. And she was like explaining, I was like, yeah, that's why I'm deaf in this ear because I was practicing, and that's how my eardrum exploded. But
Yeah,
yeah, I was
and I
like,
might add, they had been drinking wine, so you could
a
hear her
lot.
she's kind of,
She's letting loose and just
yeah,
sharing shit.
yeah. You
Uh,
could tell just in her eyes, like she's almost like, oh,
like yeah, like she felt bad. Like she wasn't like laughing about it. She's just like kind of like everyone's being like vulnerable and opening
yeah,
up.
I'm gonna do it too. Yeah,
And the
her
friend
friend.
is freaking. She's like, "Wait a minute, you're fucking joking, right?" Fucking joking. It's like, no, I mean that's. I'm telling you, like I didn't do it. Like I was just, I was
Yeah,
15 and
in this movie, they're Charlie and Emma. They're like, it's implied that they're around like age 30, I'd say. So
something like that. Maybe even a little bit old. Maybe mid 30s. But like they've been together for 2 years and they're already they're planning
yeah,
their
they live
wedding and
together. They
stuff.
have a place
Yeah,
together. They
they
live
got a nice
together. They're
house. They're fucking.
married.
They got
Yeah.
inside jokes and they're fucking happily. And they all
Yeah, her
started
friend
freaking
Rachel is
out.
just not having it. She's like,
Yeah,
my cousin got paralyzed and she's in a wheelchair because she was shot in
and
a shooting, a mass shooting or something like that. And she's like really offended, like
she's
pissed that she even
pissed,
brought,
dude.
like pissed, like overly pissed. Like and this is where me and Sal were talking about it because we're like trying to think, like how we would react if this was one of us announcing something.
Yeah, and it's like it's a tough fucking thing to do or to even talk about. Like, I, because I mean they're in love. They're about to get married, and I guess this has to do with like, oh, do you really know the person that you're about to marry or the person that you're even with right now? Like everybody has secrets.
Yeah,
And they're saying like, well, but I didn't do it. Like I didn't do it. Like, and
yeah.
Robert Pattinson is like, yeah, she didn't go through with it. I mean, she was like, they're like, yeah, but you were planned it out because she said, yeah, I even took the rifle to the school. I even had it at school, but I ended up just not doing it. And they were like, what stopped you? She was like, I just didn't do it. And it shows through the flashbacks of her young self, like, she just needed some love or something, like some affection. Kids, when you're a
And I
fucking
mean,
kid,
she thought it was cool. She even says in there, like, I just thought it was cool. Like, I thought, that whole thing just looked cool.
it's just so
Like, she was
powerful.
just a troubled 15-year-old, And I feel like they really, like, jumped to conclusions on her. And because I mean, I would have been like, oh my God, like, I wonder what kind of trauma you had went through that might have caused that. And because, like, if that was, like, my friend or you, I'd be like, do you know what could have caused that? Like, did you go to therapy? Like, maybe we
Yeah.
still need to look into therapy. I would have been more like caring about it.
Yeah, all that shit is kind of is explored. Like, was she bullied? How much bullying is too much bullying to push you to that point of a mass shooting? And she was saying like, yeah, back then like mass shootings were like going on a lot. Remember that? Like it was
Yeah.
happening fucking almost like every other fucking month.
Uh,
And it almost seemed like she said like she was inspired by it almost.
yeah, it's like I said, I think she was like, oh,
It's
like she
fucked up.
looked up to it and everything. But she
Yeah.
was also
She was
15.
15. When you're 15, you're fucking dumb as shit and you like Limp Bizkit, Like we all did.
Yeah, and like she didn't do it, and she was like, oh, God, no, I would never. Like she's like, you can tell she's different, and I feel like
Yeah, because throughout the whole time, she is not a psychopath or psycho. She seems
normal. She seems
totally
like a
normal and
sweet girl.
sweet and
Yeah,
empathetic, and she knows that that was wrong. And she says, like, yeah, I realized I was fucking. I didn't know. I started thinking clearly when this kid introduced me to like an anti-guns
yeah. And she
group.
made a 180. She even
Yeah,
admitted
totally
like, oh, I
flipped it
did
around.
protesting and stuff like that. I'm like,
Like she
that
was
ain't redemption.
reborn.
I don't know what the heck is
She was born again, like
Yeah,
almost like, oh, I'm saved now, like fucking finally, almost like when somebody quits using drugs or stops drinking, they're
yeah,
fucking different now. Now they're not that fucking asshole.
yeah.
So it's like it's a whole like debate, but and either the night is over, and then Robert Pattinson is fucking freaking out. He's like, they're drunk, so they wake up in the morning, and he's like just fucking like, damn, dude, is she?
And he starts talking to her, and I think he's like trying to
He start,
analyze her and be like, "Oh, well, there's got to be a reason for it,"
yeah,
you
it's like, so
know.
what should we talk about? Oh, okay, you went to the bathroom at this time. It was funny because Robert Pattinson wakes up the morning after they're all hungover. He leaves to go get coffee or something, but Zendaya's character wakes up and she's like, Charlie, where are you?" Goes down, and she's like, "Damn, where the fuck is he?" And she starts fucking tripping out of what he might be doing, and it shows it, and it shows Robert Pattinson and his friend like out at the docks, and he's like, "Dude, am I making a mistake? Like, is she a psychopath? Am I about to marry a murderer?" And the friend is like, he was like, "I'm not going to let you marry a psychopath. You're not going to do it. Don't worry. Don't even go back there. Like, I'll call the cops. I'll fucking send them over there." And, and he was like, "And, I'll even beat her up a little bit for you." And then it cuts back to Zendaya. So she's just overthinking shit. Like, what? It's like, oh shit, that's probably what's going on. Like, when people think the most
Oh, so
fucked
this
up
isn't
things.
really happening.
No,
This is
this
what
is
she's
going.
imagining
Yeah, that's what I
happening. Oh,
imagining.
okay.
It was just funny because the way he said it, and I'll beat her up for a little bit for you, all serious.
She's like,
Uh,
"Oh, fuck."
as this movie has fucking fun. It's a
What was
dark
he really going to
comedy.
show? What he was really doing?
Yeah, he just went to for coffee. He came back with coffees, and that's when he was like, "Hey, so should we talk about this?" And they have a long. All that's when you came back, and
Yeah, and he's like, he kind of goes, "Oh, didn't you have like a friend die when you were a kid?" And she's like, like trying to think about it. She's like, "Oh, like my neighbor died." And he's like, "Oh yeah, that must have been really hard to witness." She's like, "No, I didn't really witness it." He's like trying to almost like cross reference, like maybe that's why you did it, and make
yeah,
excuses for that. And she doesn't really have an excuse for it. She's just kind of like, I thought it was cool. I was kind of picked on. I was a weird fucking kid. That's it. And so he's like pissed, like it's just that simple of a thing. He's like, trying to like dig deep and figure out
yeah,
why she's like this because he's not satisfied with the reason why. And she's just kind of like over it because she's like, dude, this was like a long time ago. I'm not the same person anymore. Can we
yeah.
just let it go? He's not letting it go. He keeps bringing it up. He is stressing over it.
He keeps thinking about past scenarios where she's like, I don't know, yelling at someone for almost hitting her with a car, and all these scenarios when she gets pissed, and he starts thinking like, oh fuck, she is a psycho, but he's overthinking shit.
And I like
Wait,
how
he's
it
in his
shows like a
head too hard.
montage and a montage of like him with all these memories with Zendaya, but it's not Zendaya. It's like young Zendaya, and it's
She's
when she
holding a
was
gun.
really like dorky and like
Yeah,
because they show like Zendaya was kind of a weird kid. So it's
yeah,
just Robert
she was a
Pattinson with this
nerd.
like dorky nerdy girl, and he just keeps looking at her, and he's like, oh fuck.
And during these flashbacks, there's also real flashbacks of Zendaya like making recordings on her laptop with the gun. Is like, yeah, so by tomorrow I'll be gone, and she's like practicing the lines she's gonna say to her bullies, like, "Yeah, Shaya, fuck you," and like just
You were first.
you were first, and like she's getting ready to actually
Yeah.
do this shooting. Uh, and yeah, and they're just like their chemistry. They start like growing apart, and he's distant as fuck, and he's just
And she knows
and
it,
she
but
knows
he's being stupid. He's like, no, nothing's wrong. Nothing's
nothing's wrong. I'm
wrong.
fine. I'm fine.
Yeah,
Why are you even?
gaslighting her.
Yeah, and there's a part where she's holding a knife, and she's been making smoothies, and she goes to his room, and he's like, ah! He jumps. He's like, what? And she's like, what? Did you think I was gonna stab you or something? He's like, no. It's just like, I just got caught off guard. And she walks up to him like slowly, and she goes like, ah! Like pretends to like about to stab him, and he freaks out. He's like, ah! And she's like, what the fuck is wrong with you? It's like it's fucked up, dude. So it's like what would you do? Obviously, if you were to tell me that you did that exact same thing,
Yeah.
and we've been together the same amount of time,
Uh huh.
I I would ask you questions about it, but I wouldn't be like, oh, that's
You
a
wouldn't have
deal
you wouldn't
breaker.
blow it out of yeah, and
That's
then
not a
that's the
deal
other part
breaker.
where I felt bad for Zendaya in this is that like I would almost be hurt if you acted that way. I'd be like, you don't seem like you want to, like, like, he didn't even ask the right questions. Like, if I would have been like, that was a lot. Did you receive any counseling? Like, it, or even then, just talk about it. Be like, hey, it kind of disturbed me a little bit. I feel like I'd be a little bit more comfortable if we got some counseling about this, because this is something that I'm having a hard time swallowing, and it would make me feel better. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Just something, like, say something. He just acted like she, like,
Like, oh
killed
my
his
God.
mom or
Yeah.
something.
Like,
Like, she didn't do anything. And yeah, it's fucked up. And yeah, mass shootings, it is a bad thing. Like, it is something that shouldn't be taken lightly. I get that. But if that's someone you love, like, you're about to make a commitment and make vows on, like, he should have been a little bit more caring about that instead of just treating her like she was like this psycho.
yeah, like all of a sudden she just had fucking a disease, a
Yeah, I would be
zombie.
like, I want to get to the root of it. There's got to be something. And if
Yeah.
there's not, we need to go to counseling, because that's not a normal thing. And if you never received counseling,
Yeah, then like what the fuck? But yeah, but
like, if you came up to me and told that, I would seriously be like, did something happen to you when you were a kid and you haven't, like, it's not normal to just want to do that, you know?
yeah, that's some
And that
fucked up
was
shit.
never discussed at all. And
I
that
know.
bothered me.
Yeah, and it was like the other friend was. It's just everything just starts growing out of proportion, like just because they didn't use their words, and everyone's the friend is like not returning the
And
calls,
she
and
is
she's the
catty.
bridesmaid.
She is just catty in this. And then they're just, like, the way she just acts is like
Yeah,
a catty Karen.
fucking good actors, dude. Everyone's fucking good as fucking this. The it made me feel fucking. It was tense, dude. The
Yeah, it
tension
was
kept
very
building, dude. There
tense.
was no action really, but it was just fucking tense. Like, oh my god, and it was funny the whole time. It was
Yeah.
fucking funny because Robert Pattinson's just fucking losing his mind.
Yeah.
There's a point where he goes to one of his coworkers who's a girl, and he asks like, "Hey, if your boyfriend told you that was gonna do a planned, he was planning to shoot up a school like in high school, like, would you like still be with him?" I mean, right away, I'd call the cops. And he was like, yeah, but what if like you guys were like about to get married and you guys were like all good and everything? Like, it's like, well then, and then that he said that he was fine now, like there's nothing to worry about. It's like, well, isn't that what a psychopath would say? And it just, Robert Pattinson just gets fucking
He
pissed.
just want it's like at
He's
this point
trying,
he's just reaching.
yeah.
He's just trying to get someone to be like, it's not a big deal, dude. Like,
Like, nah, dude, you're tripping, dude. It's all good. But
uh,
everyone's saying the total opposite because, like, no, dude, fuck no. I call the
yeah.
cops. That's a psychopath thing. And because he clearly, Zendaya's perfect except for that one thing that she said. And yeah, oh, he also tells Zendaya, was like, why would you say that? Like, why would you? Were we ever gonna tell me? It's like, why'd you say it to everyone? He's like, it just kind of came out. We were all drinking, and I thought we were all fucking sharing. And I don't know. It's just it gets worse throughout. And while this is going on, they're doing photo shoots for the wedding, and that's awkward. And then they're doing fucking
Everything is just
everything. As
awkward.
everything's
Yeah.
fucked up, dude.
I like how she's sitting with the photographer, and the photographer's like going, okay, first I'm going to shoot you, and then I'm going to shoot your parents, and then after that we're going to shoot the grandparents.
Then we're gonna shoot you and your grandparents.
Yeah, and the whole time they're just like,
Just like, oh fuck.
she's like, is something wrong? Like, she's referring to like shooting them photography
Yeah.
picture wise, and then they're just sitting there just like,
And then we're gonna shoot you guys together.
that part was funny. And I thought something was, I forgot who brought it up, but they were talking about like how, I think it was Robert Pattinson, and he's like, I thought it was interesting. And then,
Oh,
Karen
yeah.
was like, how is it interesting? He's like,
What's interesting?
and he's like, and I was like thinking about that. He's kind of right. He's like, think of how many people walk down the street every day.
Oh,
He's like, how many
yeah.
people have never admitted to it? But there's got to be so many people that have had that scenario, and they're just walking down the street, walking
Yeah.
their dog,
So-
like filling up their gas tank.
So
and-
many people that have the thought in their head like, God, I wish I could just fucking kill everybody at work or shoot everybody. Like he was saying, like, I bet you half of the people, if not maybe more, are thinking the same shit, have had that thought once in their life. Even you guys listening to this shit right now we've all had that fucking thought, like, yeah, I would fucking mind killing, burn this motherfucker down to the ground, you know.
Falling down
But
style,
nobody,
Michael Douglas.
yeah, but nobody will say it. Nobody will say it out loud
Yeah.
because you know. But that's just because,
And you just say it, and you don't do it, but like it
yeah,
probably happens.
yeah. I mean, I'm sure it.
We've
Of
all been
course
in
it does.
traffic, and we just wanted to run our car forward and just be like, and push all the.
Or drive off a cliff, you know, just because I don't want to be in that shitty moment right then and there.
Yeah,
Anyway, this movie,
intrusive thoughts.
yeah, intrusive. So, yeah, it's it's fucking interesting, fucking good. The drama, dude. It's a good
Yeah,
drama
it's
movie.
like he so badly wants people to just say, "Oh, you're tripping," da da da, instead of just like
It's like
not
fuck.
worrying about what other people think.
Yeah, it's like it's what you think. Do you love this person? Are you willing to work through the bullshit?
Yeah, and be there for her.
You know, unless yeah, it's all about
Like if you
fucking
said
love.
some shit like that to me, I would be like concerned. I would not be like worrying about divorcing you or being like, oh well, I can't be with you. I would be like, dude, like this is someone I love that went through something traumatic. I'm concerned, and he wasn't
Yeah,
like that. So,
yeah, that's right.
fuck you, Robert Pattinson.
Fuck you, Robert Pat.
Just kidding.
I love you, Batman. Hey, Batman.
I want to be just like you when I grow up.
Yeah, so the wedding, it's wedding time, and Robert Pattinson. Oh yeah, that the coworker he was talking to, all of a sudden he's like crying and she's trying to comfort him and he's hugging up on her like and then he starts making out with her and is like about rips her fucking blouse off and is about to do her doggy style and then he stops and he regrets it and he's like, oh, and the girl is just, you know, not giving a fuck, like
Yeah, she's
she's
almost
about to
like she was
just
about to
take
be
it.
okay with it. She was like, okay,
And she
cool. She
has a
was all for it.
boyfriend,
Yeah.
and she knows that they're about to get married. She was all fucking for
Yeah,
it.
she like walks
Home
away and
wrecking.
she's like, I can't believe you ripped my blouse. Like just
Yeah.
laughing. And
Fucking,
he's just like fucking
yeah.
losing his shit crying.
And yeah, they're at the wedding. She's at the wedding. All these characters are at the wedding.
Yeah.
I thought the wedding.
Karen.
I thought the wedding was not real. I thought when it flashed forward to it, I was like, oh, he's
Yeah.
imagining shit, and I bet she's gonna fucking shoot up the whole wedding. I thought for a second, like, damn,
That
this
was gonna happen.
is this
Yeah.
movie gonna end with her shooting everyone at the fucking church or something? Which would have been like, okay, A24, they'd be crazy. So yeah, and then it just escalates. The whole wedding is just tension build, and it's a fucking awesome
Yeah,
movie.
Zendaya's over here. She's looking at the Karen and she's thinking the Karen's gonna like say something and tell everybody.
Yeah, during
And
her
then
speech, it's like
you
you're
have
tense.
yeah, and then you have Charlie over there, Robert Pattinson. He's worried that she's gonna find out that he cheated and
Yeah.
made out with her and almost had sex. So he's worried about that. Zendaya's worried about the whole party finding out that about her past trauma. And there's a scene where Zendaya goes to the bathroom and she kind of overhears someone talking about, like, she just vaguely hears a school shooting.
School shooting.
Yeah, and she's
Don't
like, oh
say
fuck.
anything.
And so when she goes out there, she sees
The girl
Charlie's
that he cheated
coworker.
on.
Yeah, and so she's like, oh shit, and she's thinking
The
like
cheater.
someone told her because
So-
she doesn't know what happened, but it was
No.
her telling someone about
Robert
the conversation
Pattinson's,
that went on with Charlie and her, but she doesn't know that, and so they split up. She's like, oh, okay, sorry, I thought I heard you talking to someone. She's like, no, no, and then they go into the Charlie and Zendaya go to a room privately, and they're like, and Zendaya's like, I'm freaked out, like I heard it, someone's gonna spill the beans, and oh my god, your parents are here. What if your parents find out? Blah blah blah. And so she's like,
Yeah.
okay, I have an idea. Let's just go get that girl, his
Bring her in
coworker,
here.
bring her in here, and let's just ask her. And so Charlie's kind of like,
He's like, no, no, no.
no, 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 no. She's like, no, fuck it, I'll just go do it. So she goes and brings her in, and she's already kind of like, and so the coworker's just like looking, and she's like, because she's seeing them two together, and she's like, oh shit. And so she just spills the beans. She's like, I didn't do anything. He kissed me. And Zendaya's just like,
Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
yeah. And she's like, yeah, he just came in and he was crying and he was talking about, oh, what would I do about this and a school shooting? And then he just kissed me. And then Zendaya's just like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Robert Pattinson, if he would have just been cool, he brought all this mess. He made it fucking worse. He
Yeah.
amplified it.
Because it wasn't even that bad.
It wasn't
They go
even
back
that
out there
bad.
and they're sitting down, and then you hear the, oh, we're gonna have a toast, and it's the Karen, and she gets up and she makes kind of like some little like passive aggressive speech, but it's not even that bad. It's a little passive aggressive. No one even really caught on to it.
Yeah, but it's awkward and
It's
uncomfortable.
awkward for
No, like even
them.
the claps were like,
But even
okay.
then, like after that was boom, the party was fine, and it wasn't until he goes, okay, now it's time for Emma to make a speech, and Emma's just like,
She's
no.
like, nope,
She just found
not
out
doing it.
Charlie kissed his coworker. She's like, I don't want to do a speech, and he's like, okay, Charlie's gonna do the speech, and so Robert Pattinson, Charlie, he gets up and he's just kind of like sweating, and he like starts talking, and he's like fucking up on this speech, and he's
He
like
is terrible. The speech is going
stuttering.
terrible.
He brings up, oh, we have epic sex. He's like, oh,
I was
I
like,
don't know why I said that. And then
forget
everyone's
about
just
that.
like
Forget it. Yeah.
mortified.
And he brings up, I didn't, the kiss with, what's her name, didn't mean anything. And the boyfriend's there, and he's like, what? What the fuck? Should I go kick
Yeah.
his ass? Blah, blah, blah. And they go, and there's a big fucking brawl. He get smash cut to him showing up at his apartment, turns on the lights, his face is all fucked up, and he's all bloody. And
Zendaya's gone.
Zendaya's gone. And before that, the dad was giving a speech, and the dad was giving us.
Oh, that was
He
awkward.
was, yeah,
He
it was.
made a toast speech.
He was
And
all
that
good,
was,
and he was like, even though I was hiding my guns in there, and then you hear bah, and everyone's like, oh shit, like
it was the
there was a
DJ.
shooting, but it was the DJ that fucked up the plug-in. But anyway, yeah, it's a whole mess. The wedding was a disaster. Charlie is back at his apartment, and he's fucking freaking. He's just sad, depressed. He ends up going to a restaurant that they said they were going to go to, a little bar after the
Burger
wedding.
joint. It was a diner.
Burger joint diner,
Yeah.
and he's just there all beat up. He orders something. And then you see Zendaya walk in, also in her wedding dress, and she
Puffer coat.
orders something and then sits down at the counter with him at the booth, and she's just like, "Hi, how are you doing? Like, what's your name?" Like, they're kind of just starting over. It seems like, and yeah, and that's the end of the movie. And
Yeah.
obviously, there's a lot more shit in this, and we kind of just recapped it real quick. This is one of those movies you have to fucking watch because the tension in this fucking movie builds up like a motherfucker. But I really like this movie. I, it was not what I expected, but it was
It was
fucking a
good,
pretty good
and I
watch.
get the, and I honestly, in my, I know there's like a lot of like controversy behind the whole like
Yeah,
Zendaya's character almost looking up to school shootings and everything. And it is controversial, but it's real. Like that happens. Like
yeah, shit.
it's the truth.
Everyone,
We'd all be lying. I mean, I have never had that thought, but I can't sit here and say, oh, that like it's totally not normal. It's not normal, but you think of Robert Pattinson's right. There's probably a lot of people out there that have had that thought go through their
yeah.
head because they were picked on,
And
or
every
not
mother,
justifying it.
maybe
But
not a mass school shooting, but maybe there's one fucking person. I know goddamn well you motherfuckers, I know, and you're probably smiling. You can think of the one time where you're like, God, I wish I just want to punch that fucking guy in the face. I wish he fucking just tripped right now. I wish he fucking fell on his
yeah,
bike. Everybody's had that thought. Everyone. Except for fucking Jesus, dude. like,
yeah.
someone's just had. No one's perfect.
Or even
We're
like
human
or
beings,
even the
dude.
people that have done shootings and stuff like that. You think of like
Fuck those
what
guys.
led, yeah, fuck them, of course, but what my point is, whatever led up to that, check on your friends, check on your mental health matters, and that's what I took from this movie, that you really should like check on people, and be kind to one another. And I really think that like that was a thing, and that like I feel like less and less mass shootings would happen if like we were good to each other and we were good to our friends and we checked up on people, because I feel like mental health is just such an important thing. And I feel like maybe Zendaya didn't get that when she was a kid in the movie because her dad was gone in the military, and I don't know.
Yeah. Share.
And then her fucking dickhead fiance should have been like, "Hey, let's get you some therapy because that's some fucked up shit." And
Yeah,
yeah,
you gotta
I'm
be
just not gonna
fucking
let that slide.
caring.
Yeah,
You gotta share laughs, not looks. Dirty looks.
yeah.
You know? And also fucking be careful who you fucking marry, dude. Make sure you do a background check on them before you put that ring on it. Be wary, guys.
Be
Be
very,
very
very
wary.
wary.
And also check out our Instagram on Oh What's Cracking. Brand new. We're fucking coming at you hard from all different fucking streaming services and shit. And write us a message and let us know what other fucking movies you guys want to hear.